Some of you knew him as Chuck, husband, father, or brother, but I knew him as Grandpa. No matter who I ever asked, "Where's Grandpa?" no one ever knew. He always had a project to finish, whether it was fixing the fence, a new hot rod, something on the tractor, or training one of his mini horses. It was sun up to sundown. Grandpa was a man of action. He was a true outdoorsman, a cowboy, overfilled with courage, and a heart as big as his head. He valued family above all and kept God at the center of it. Hard work wasn't hard for him. He was hard for hard work. He was a teacher, he was a leader, and he was slow to judge and quick to kindness. He was my hero. Grandpa and I had many adventures, but we spent most of our time with the horses, watching Three Stooges, working on some project, and eating grapefruits and beef jerky. I always cherished my younger memories with him, but through my 20s, we had the chance to talk as two men. We would share experiences and talk about lessons learned. We shared a similar sense of humor and laughed about dangerous stories and close calls. Grandpa had a way of making you feel special. He looked you in the eyes and he really listened. He taught me never to be a stranger, or he taught me never to meet a stranger. Wherever we went, you were not safe from a friendly conversation or an offer on your truck in some random parking lot. He had a special way with people. Grandpa taught our family to be fearless. You learn that through his actions and in his stories. Flying planes, bucked off horses, losing half a finger. He never blinked twice. When I climbed cell phone towers, he was the few that was interested and thrilled rather than scared I would get hurt. We shared a similar love for the thrills in life. Grandpa showed me the love through his 60 years of marriage to my beautiful grandmother. I had the honor of caring for him these last weeks, and amongst many unforgettable moments and lessons, I learned the one thing I admired most was when Grandma and Grandpa would lie together in the mornings. The bond these two hold is unbreakable, pure of heart, and complete selfless love. Looking out today and seeing everyone that's here to celebrate my grandfather's life shows me the impact that he had in all of our lives. So in honor of Grandpa, challenge life, spend meaningful time with your families, do something dangerous, and open your heart to those around you. Thank you.
If you don't know me, I'm Alec. I'm the second oldest grandson to Chuck Jr. Son to Chuck Jr. He's still with us. I wasn't on the schedule for see him out there doing whatever he was doing, and even though I knew how the conversation was going to go, I'd call to him, "Hey Grandpa, what are you up to?" And he'd call right back, "Come on, give me a hand, there's a pair of gloves in the garage." He put so much energy into maintaining and creating his land, making a space for people to enjoy and gather and be together. You can really feel it out there. Yesterday I was out there taking a walk down that same gravel road, and I just kept expecting to see him in that damn pair of gloves. The last story I'll end on is a quick one. I remember I was very young and I had just helped him shovel the stalls or mend the fence or something like that. We were walking back to the house in the midday heat of Tennessee, and I said, "Grandpa, I hate sweat. It gets stuck to all your clothes." He said, "I like to sweat. It means he did something." Thanks.
So I'll start by saying that I'm my father's daughter. We both cry when we feel joy, when we feel sadness, and when others we care about do. So with that said, my dad was the definition of a manly man. Strong, capable, physically agile, the kind of guy all my boyfriends feared meeting. It's true. He was also the cool dad that my friends enjoyed hanging out with because he made them feel at ease, appreciated, heard, and always supported when in need. He had a soft, tender, compassionate side and did not hesitate to show it. He lived life to its fullest every minute. He loved learning and mastering new things, but most importantly, sharing these things with the people he cared about. His energy and focus was always on family and friends. Dad, because of you, I know what it is to be present, engaged, curious, and open to people in a way that I would never meet a stranger. I want to explore and celebrate the unique gifts each person who crosses my path has to offer. To have my heart open without fear, knowing the power this has to create. To love and appreciate the natural world and how divinity is directly accessed so easily in it. Dad, I feel so blessed to have had your fearless, untamed soul as my father. I'm grateful that your big heart, passionate spirit, and strong creative hands live in my heart and in the memories of each and every one of us who you loved. I'm sure you are soaring on red-shouldered hawk's wings, looking out for and protecting us from a much more powerful place than body, spirit, and what a powerful spirit you have. I'm so grateful that your spirit is free, at peace, and that you are now in the presence of God the Father and Nossa Senhora, celebrating with Angie and George and our cherished elders. My heart and my love is with you forever and always.
I remember so many times throughout my life, I would look across the room and catch my father's gaze. I was met with a smile, a wink, or a look that meant business. The smile meant you are loved. The wink meant, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's get out of here. And the serious look meant, do the right thing. Don't make me tell you a second time. We had the type of relationship that required very few words. I loved his no-nonsense, bottom-line way of looking at things. Dad did not waste a lot of time with talk or plans. He was a man of action. I will never forget the many times he said, "Come on, let's go," to which I would reply, "Where are we going?" And he would just say, "Come on, just come on, let's go." And we would load up in the truck and head off on our next mystery destination. Never a dull moment. Dad would greet you with a big hug, a firm handshake, or a swift kick in the teasing, whatever the situation called for. He would look into your eyes and tell you and ask you, what's going on in your life? Tell me about what's going on. He sincerely wanted to know, and then he would offer some fatherly advice or a helping hand. If you let him into your life, he would inspire you to be a better version of yourself and grow to your true potential. He would tell you how proud he was and show you how he cared deeply for you. You knew he wanted what was best for you and would support your success at any cost. We all love to talk about the many great and adventurous things Dad did. How he was a natural at every sport, mastered every weapon he picked up with ease, would catch every snake he encountered, fly any plane, run a chainsaw with one hand while holding a branch with the other, operate heavy equipment for 12 hours a day without a break, and would often disappear and return hours later with a new friend, a new boat, a new animal, or a new hobby. But Dad really wasn't one to talk about himself. He certainly never bragged about how good he was at everything. He was not impressed with big shots, with big fancy stuff, with riches and fame. He was, however, impressed with the person's character and their actions. He could look directly past the superficial layers and masks that we sometimes hide behind and see who you really are and what you're really made of. Dad, you are our rock. I'm eternally thankful for the values and the lessons that you've instilled upon me. You lived the same way that you left, with your boots on. Our family is very grateful for everyone, for your support, for your prayers, for your gifts of time, food, and love. Dad would have been humbled and so grateful to see all of you here today. He loved to be surrounded by friends and family, so I can think of no better way to celebrate his life than a packed church. In honor of Dad, I challenge you to strike up a conversation with someone you've never met, give someone a sincere compliment, spend a day never caring what time it is, take the time to lend a helping hand, try something you've never done before, or take an adventure in nature with no care in the world. Thank you.
I want to start by saying thank you for all your prayers and support. They have really carried us over the last 6 weeks, and we couldn't have done it without those prayers and love and food and just kindness. My papa called me his tiger, and I am honored to have gotten to be seen in that light by him. I am certain that when he left this plane, he rode his wild Arabian stallion Mikado through those pearly gates at top speed, and was met by a ton of loved ones celebrating his arrival. Angela and George, my siblings, being the first two. The list of gifts my dad gave me throughout my life is too long to detail. One of the greatest is his passionate heart with which he taught me by example how to live life to its fullest and love fiercely. There was never a stranger in his path nor an adventure not worth having. Each person held an opportunity to learn and grow, and each experience held the same. He did not believe in smoking, drugs, or drinking. Pure life was his vice, and it had to be lived full speed at 100% and unimpaired so he didn't miss a single thing. And right next to his love, right next to living and loving passionately, he taught me to deeply cherish and appreciate our natural world and all of its creatures. This relentless awe and wonder filled our time together with incredible and cherished adventures in gorgeous places, and I will treasure all those memories forever. This love of wild places and her creatures transformed and shaped my life and heart and course on this earth, and I am beyond eternally grateful, Papa. Dad, you've always been one of my best believers and counselors over the years, especially when I needed guidance about challenges with people. You have always helped me listen to my heart, live meaningfully, and with intention. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I have a heavenly advocate, and I will always hear your voice in my heart in the matters that mean the most to me. I also know that you are fully celebrating